Hi, everybody. Just after 1 o'clock, welcome back to Central Valley Talk. We are live and local on this Thursday, June the 3rd. We're looking at a live picture outside our window here at Central Valley Talk in the Tower District. It is sunny, not as hot today as yesterday. Highs will be right around 103. Yesterday, some parts of the Central Valley hit 107 degrees. The heat advisory, though, will continue the rest of the week. Now, by the weekend, temperatures will drop down to the upper 90s, low 100s, and then Monday and Tuesday, highs will return to around 88, 89 degrees. Our next guest is Jeremy Preis. He is joining us live here in our studio, candidate for Fresno City Council District Number 1. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me back.
Good to see you.
Good seeing you again.
What's happening? What's the latest?
Oh, man, it finally getting everything organized. You know, I got the website finally up.
Cool.
And I have yard signs that just started going up. You know, and you know, it's a learning experience. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun, but yeah. So it's also an expensive experience. You know, and you need all the help you can get. And the website does have donation page on there if anybody
perfect.
would like to help out.
Oh, we're looking at
Yeah,
it there.
there it is
Yeah,
right
very
there,
nice.
yeah.
Very nice.
So there is a donate tab in the top right, and it goes directly into my bank account. So
It helps.
it helps, and
Anything helps.
it's very strict and the way things need to happen. So you'll fill out some information there,
Okay.
your address, your occupation, and the donation amount. So any little bit helps. Be great.
As of right now, how many people are running? Do we know?
As of right now, I only know of 3.
Okay.
Myself and 2 others. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So I want to talk a little bit about your background again, just for the folks that are watching today or on our replay that didn't see our first interview.
sure.
Tell us your story.
So,
In a nutshell.
Yeah, I'm born and raised here in Fresno. A little stint in Orange County for college. Came back. I was a teacher for 6 years. I was a physical education teacher, coach, you know, that whole thing. And then met my wife, and she had family in law enforcement. And then I became a police officer here in Fresno at the age of 30. And 3 years ago, I decided it was time to do another path. Did 15 years there. It was wonderful. Treated me really well.
Yeah.
But I lost the drive and the passion, which I didn't want to get hurt and didn't want to get someone else hurt. And so 3 years ago, I went into the insurance business, and now I've had my own insurance office for just over 2 years.
So, you know, as a police officer, you worked very closely with former Chief Dyer.
Yes.
Now Mayor Dyer. Do you look forward to, if you win, working again with him and his team?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. You know, I mean, Chief always, I'll call him Chief.
Yeah.
Chief always, you know, he's always been a leader since I was there. I think he just became chief right before I started. And he's always had the drive to make the city better, which, I know a city of this size, sometimes you're handcuffed in the things you could do and the things you need to do. But he knows that his beliefs, I believe, fall in the same as mine, where public safety needs to come first, as far as not just police officers, but fire as well. They're both significantly understaffed, and he had mentioned that in his new budget, that's where he wanted to concentrate and get stuff taken care of. Now, you got to find the right people to hire as well. You don't want to hire just anybody in those professions. So, you know, he's got a slight uphill battle as far as curbing this crime trends we have going on right now, and helping out the new chief, you know, Paco, but he'll get it done. I mean, he's already, the Beautify Fresno has been a great
Amazing.
thing in getting the community involved. And, you know, my background of service, obviously I've served from my first career all the way to wanting to be a civil servant again. And, you know, when you get people involved, they take pride in their city.
Mm-hmm.
And, but more importantly, they have to feel safe while they're involved, you know, and don't feel like they get caught up in anything on accident or the wrong place, wrong time. There shouldn't be that term. Wrong place, wrong time shouldn't be a term. It should be right place, right time, all the time.
Always, yeah.
Yeah.
I gave you an article that just came out on the GV Wire today on their website about rezoning.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? I know I literally handed you the article minutes ago.
You did. I think it's great. I love change.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think change keeps people on their toes. You know, I don't, like, as for me, I've always been one to do stuff a little off path than the other person. Not extreme, but if the team colors are red, I'll wear some blue laces. Or if when I was in high school, it started that I went to McLean High School here in Fresno, so the catcher's gear was always red. I went with black. I was I like different things. It keeps things fresh. Always in the backyard making something or cleaning something or building something. Just new things keep people on their toes. And it doesn't really matter where the districts are or who's representing you, just as long as your representatives represent you correctly and with you in mind and not them in mind. And I think we're getting away from that a little bit. I think the city council needs to refocus and go back to the service method and not heard, but not seen either. There's a few council members, we don't even know who they are because they're rarely heard from and they're rarely seen, but they're still doing their job. So I think that's important.
I forgot I was going to bring this up to you, and I think it was in the Fresno Bee. They were talking about vacant buildings. I don't know if you saw that article about vacant buildings, and there needs to be a better upkeep. And they were talking specifically here in the Tower District. There's that one building, it's literally all the way down Van Ness. It used to be a sanitarium. You can see it right off 168. Do you think that is an issue that you would get involved with to make sure these vacant buildings are kept up? And the other side of that was they were talking about how they're worried that even the inside of these vacant buildings, they're not up to code for fire and stuff.
Sure,
and that kind of realms into your experience.
Yeah, and we just had one of those yesterday, I think.
We did.
A structure fire.
Yep.
And the cause was unknown, but more than likely it was from vagrants in there, and it's one of those things where I'm sure it's a tight pinch for the property owner. Their buildings are old. They're going to take a total remodel. They're going to take a lot of money to invest in there, and right now actually is the right time to pull that money out and start to rebuild. With all the interest rates and incentives and everything else. But yeah, I mean, you should be forced to take pride in your property because same falls over your home. If you have a dilapidated yard, you can get fined by code enforcement, and you have the Fresgo app to use, and people that do not use the Fresgo app need to start using it more often because the problems do get solved rather quick on there. But the commercial properties and the vacant buildings, those are targets for vagrants. It's not like we have security for them 24/7. It gets dark. They need to have light, so they build a fire or whatever. Sanitary conditions, start to creep up. Then you get, you have to clean that up, which is also a hazard, and it's a domino effect. So I think holding the owners a little more accountable for the looks is an absolute great idea.
The other thing we were going to talk about today is, with you serving the Tower District, District 1, it's not just the Tower Theater area, right? Right. Where our studio is. I mean, we're talking other parts of Southeast Fresno, and that's important to you, right?
Yeah, and it is. And the district goes all the way up to Shaw, and then it goes out to the county line past 99. So there's a lot of citizens within the district that they feel like they're often overlooked, or because they have the arguments down here in the tower going on. Well, there's probably some arguments over there that need to be heard as well. And that's where I think that once you as a council member get involved in something, it makes you appear, and I'm not pointing fingers, but it makes you appear you're not interested in everybody. And that's what we're there for. And that's what we need to be there for is each and every person, no matter what side of the road you live on, just to take care of everyone in general.
So we've got about a minute left. Anything else I missed? Anything else you want to get the word out about today?
No, can just
donate.
Looking forward to some support. It'd be great. Yeah. It's going well, though. It's going in the right direction. On the website, if you want one of the yard signs, I am asking for a $100 donation for
Okay.
a sign.
Perfect.
But obviously, anything would help.
Okay.
And other than that, it's baby steps. We just keep going.
Come back.
Sure.
When is the election, by the way?
We're a year out, almost exactly a year
1 year. Wow. It's
Yeah.
going to go by like that, too.
It will. It will.
Let's continue the conversation. Come back. Obviously, well before that year mark, and we'll have other fun things to talk about.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Thank
Good
you.
to see you again.
Good to see you.
I'm Austin Reed. You're watching Central Valley Talk. Coming up, we've got more live local guests standing by, so stay with us.